Hi everyone! You know, it's a beautiful day to learn phrasal verbs, and that's what we're gonna do today. So thank you for joining me. I cannot wait to see your examples. I cannot wait to see your comments. And let's do this together. Let's learn together. But as always, I need to say hello to you. Okay. I'm gonna start with Vijayasri. It's so nice to have you here. Hello. Let me go up. A few people were saying hello to me earlier. Have fun. Hi, Arnel. I'm a 7th grader. Love your videos. Please mention my comment. Well, you know what? I'm mentioning your comment. Hello, and thank you for being here. Really nice. Definitely give me a hello. Nan says, hello teacher, happy to meet you 1 week earlier. Oh, okay. So you were here last week and I had a live last week. Thank you for coming back. Aurelien, hello. Maya, greetings from Serbia. I'm so glad to be here today. Thank you. I'm happy you're here and I'm happy to be here teaching you. Hello, teacher. Igor, hello. IDK, hi Arnel, hello. Farksan Fury says, yes ma'am, thank you. Really good. I'll say hello to a few more of you. This is really nice. Laurent, good to have you here. I hope your alarm really did go off at 2. Nice. Thank you so much. Please keep the comments coming throughout this lesson. Ivan, oh, hello. Hello, Arnel. Finally, I can meet you in my normal time zone. So glad to have you here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. And last one for now, Kate 31. Hi from Germany. Hello. Right. Okay, let's take a look at my notes. The topic for today is everyday phrasal verbs. And here, everyday means normal, common. We're gonna look at common phrasal verbs you can use every day. And I have to remind you, if you want today's lesson notes, you can join my English Nerd membership to keep these notes forever. And I have a few of my nerds with me here today. Thank you. Really good. I am following you from Iraq and I benefit a lot from your videos. I wish you luck. Thank you for following me. I'm really happy you enjoy my lessons. Good luck to you too. Okay. Right. So phrasal verbs. We're going to look at 11 phrasal verbs today, and I have an exciting announcement, which I will tell you later. Okay, let's start with phrasal verb number 1. I'm gonna zoom in. 1 second. I'll make this bigger. It's kind of small for you, I think. Okay. The first phrasal verb for today is joke around. Joke around. Let's look at those verb forms. Joke around, joked around, joked around. You can see joke around is a regular verb. For each phrasal verb today, I have a mini grammar note here. Inseparable and intransitive. You might be thinking, what's that? What does this mean? Well, inseparable means this phrasal verb is not separated. You cannot put a word in the middle. Intransitive means this phrasal verb does not need an object. Joke around, we don't need an object after it. Good. And you might be wondering, why does it say 212? What number is that? Well, All of the phrasal verbs in today's lesson are from my latest workbook. I put together a workbook and I'll tell you more about it later. But let's start with this phrasal verb. What does joke around mean? Definition: to not act or say things in a serious way. You're joking, you're having a good time. Examples: we spent our lunch break joking around. I didn't mean it when I said, I lost your dog. I was joking around. I wasn't being serious. MTD High says, joke around. Can I use mess around? Yes, they're very similar. Joking around, messing around is you're not being serious. Yes. Okay. So, do you like joking around? I think most people like joking around with their friends, family members. Good. IDK says, Arnel, please talk slowly. Thank you for reminding me. Another person told me to speak slower as well. If I'm speaking too quickly, tell me and I will slow down. Okay. Good. Right. So in what situations is it or is it not appropriate to joke around? Think about this. When is it okay to joke around, have fun? When is it not? Let's look at an alternative. 213. Kid around. Kid around. But first I need to say hi to Phoenix. Thank you so much, Phoenix, for becoming a nerd. Happy to have you here. Thank you. Okay. Kid around. Kid around. Kidded around. Kidded around. Another regular verb. Definition: the same as number 212, joke around. So they're synonymous. You can say kid around. I'm kidding around. I'm joking around. Both are fine. Example. This person's a little bit angry actually. Stop kidding around. I'm trying to have a serious conversation with you. Sometimes if you want to tell someone something important, you don't want them to be kidding around. Okay, good. Nice. So let's look at a mini note here. Joke around and kid around do not always mean bad behavior. I know some students think this. Joking around, kidding around, this is bad behavior. Not always. They just mean people are not acting seriously or are not saying something seriously. So it really depends on the situation. Hu Lok says, teacher, is kidding and joking the same meaning? Yes, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Yep, you can use them in the same way. Absolutely. Yes. Okay. Good. Right, so we've looked at two phrasal verbs already. Joke around and kid around. Let's keep going, and later I will introduce you to my workbook. I'm really excited to tell you about it. Okay. Next one. Oh, I have a good here we go. Oh, Dalton, hello. Stop kidding around, Jose. I'm trying to focus on the English class. That's right. You tell him. Good. Okay, next one. 215. Again, that's the number in book 2, my second workbook, 215. Again, it's inseparable, meaning you cannot separate the words. Intransitive, we don't need an object. we can say get along or get on. Here I have a mini note. Get along is more common in American English. Get on is more common in British English, but you can use them in the same way. You decide. Verb forms. Get, got, gotten along, or get, got, gotten on. Definition. For two or more people to have a good relationship. You know, this can either be a friendship or a romantic relationship, or a professional relationship. Friendship. Christina and I get along. Romantic relationship. Imagine a couple. Ooh, they don't get along. They don't get along. Good. Examples. Everyone in our class gets along. Everyone in our class gets on so well. Both are fine. I enjoy going to my lectures to see everyone. Why? Because everyone gets along. I can't invite Lucia to our party because she and David don't. They don't get along. They don't get on. They'll just start arguing. Okay, personal discussion question. I want you to think about your answer. Can you think of a person you do not get along or on with? Why? Why don't you get along or on with this person? Is this maybe someone in your class? Someone you work with? Maybe a family member? You don't get along. And I'm seeing some good examples. MTD says, my parents both get along. Wonderful, exactly. Lewis says, I don't get on. Nice. I don't get on with people who don't have any will. Right. Nice. Miranda, I do not get along with arrogant people. Exactly. Ugh, I don't get along with them. Oh, this is an interesting question. Does the phrasal verb get along is it only used for people? Yes, people, possibly animals. So get along is mainly for people. We're talking about people, but you could say my cat and my dog get along. It can also be for animals. Anything living, people or animals. Yes. Okay. Right. Flavio, I get along with my classmates, and I think it's important because we can learn from each other. Absolutely. Nice. Okay. Phoenix, the dog in front of my apartment door and I don't get along. Every time when he sees me, he usually barks at me. Yeah, you two don't get along. You don't get along. Enrique says, Arnel, is it the same to say, I get along well with her? I get along well. I get along well with her. Yeah, we get along well with each other. I get along well with her. Yeah. Good. Nice. Okay. Stay motivated says, I don't get along with dishonest people. Yeah, great example. Okay. Wonderful. Ivan, can I say get along through thick and thin? Yeah, we get along through thick and thin. Absolutely. And through thick and thin is a really good idiom that's being used here. It means through difficult times and good times. So we get along through all of these hard and good times. Okay, nice. Mini note here, and a lot of you are already doing this. Excellent, I love it. Use with if you want to add the person. Whew. Luckily, I get on with my boss. So get along and get on. They are intransitive. They do not need an object. If you want an object, you add with. Yeah, good. Okay, I saw a question earlier. I'm going to scroll up and try and answer that question. 1 second. Okay, nice. Lillian Power says, please explain later the difference between your phrasal verb book 1 and 2. Thank you. Absolutely. I think this is a great time to announce my latest workbook. Okay, we've looked at 3 phrasal verbs already. Let me zoom out. You can see joke around is 212. Kid around is 213. Get along, get on is 215. In today's lesson, I've taken 11 random phrasal verbs, random but common, that are in my latest workbook. I want to show you a page. Okay? So, where is... here we go. Let me find it. Okay. Right. So, I just released my second workbook in my series, Your Phrasal Verb Journey. I have book 1 with 170 phrasal verbs and book 2 with 179 phrasal verbs. So here's a little sample. This is page 35 in book 2. You can see each phrasal verb has a grammar note, verb forms, definition, examples, and a discussion question. I want to give you lots of examples so you really understand each phrasal verb. You can see on this page here, I have call off, reach out, chase up, hand over. And I also reference phrasal verbs in book 1. So your question, Lillian, I moved your question, but your question is what's the difference? Well, book 1 is a little bit easier. It starts with the first 170 phrasal verbs. Book 2 is a little bit more challenging. That's important. If I reference a phrasal verb from book 1, you can see I put it here. So 140 is in book 1, but I wanted to compare it with 279 because some students might think hand over. In book 1, I saw hand in. What's the difference? I really want to compare them so you really have a good understanding of the phrasal verbs. Yes. And so there are a lot of phrasal verbs in this workbook, but I also include audio. And I want to say thank you to you because you guys suggested the audio. So I recorded all of the audio for book 1 and all of the audio for book 2. You can download the PDF, the audio, and listen while you study. You can see at the bottom of the screen, I have my discount code. This week and this week only, there's a sale. Use Your Journey 20 and get 20% off the workbook. It's linked in the description. You can click on it. You can click on the link down below. Okay, good. And one last thing, we will get back to the phrasal verbs. I want to tell you one more really important thing about the workbook. In book 2, there are 12 categories. At the end of each category, I have a review activity for you because you need practice. It's not enough to go over the phrasal verbs one time. We got to review. Here's a sample. Oh, not this one. Okay. Review time. Book 2, Part 2. In Book 2, Part 2, the topic is close. Close is a really common topic. At the end, I wrote an entire story for you. This is just one example. All the phrasal verbs you need to put into the spaces. In the workbook, I also give you the answers. Do the review activities, listen, and check your answers. If you have any questions, just let me know. Use the discount code if you think this can help you. Great, let's get back to our lesson. Okay, where were we? Sorry, where were we? We were here. Okay. There we go. There we go. Nice. The undead says, hello, I'm late. You're not late. Don't worry. We're just about to start with a new phrasal verb. You are not late. Good. Okay. Let's keep going. I will do this. Don't worry. I will zoom in. I will zoom in so everyone can see. Okay. 204. Speak up. Speak up. Speak up. Spoke up. Spoken up. Remember, speak up is irregular. Definition, to speak louder, speak up. Examples. Can you please speak up? I can't hear you. You have to speak up around Grandpa or he won't hear you. He won't hear you. Okay, I want you to repeat after me at home or wherever you are. Repeat after me. Can you please speak up? Again, can you please speak up? I hope you're doing this at home. I want you to practice even at home. Good. Chu says, can you speak up a little? Excellent. Can you speak up a little? Sorry, I can't hear you. Nice. Discussion question. I want you to think about this question. Can you think of a time you wanted someone to speak up because you couldn't hear them very well? When was the last time? For me, I think it was December. It was my kids' Christmas play in December, and I couldn't hear the teacher. I was like, I want her to speak up. I can't really hear her. Ismail says, speak up so we can all hear you. Exactly. Nice. Okay. Ooh, this is a really good question. Teacher, speak up is speak louder, but is speak down, speak quieter. No, the opposite is not speak down. Speak down to someone is a different phrasal verb, but is not the opposite of this one. We'd say the opposite is, can you please lower your voice? Can you please lower your voice? Or maybe we can say, can you speak a bit more quietly? That works. That also works. Okay, so speak up 204 means louder. Louder. Let's look at another phrasal verb. Same phrasal verb, different definition. Different definition. Okay. Speak up. Same grammar. Speak up, spoke up, spoken up. Definition. To express your opinion, usually because you disagree with something. So this isn't about volume. This is more about your opinion, what you think, what you want to say. Usually because you disagree with something. Here's an example of someone speaking up. Sorry, but I see a problem. This person is speaking up. Let's do a few more examples. Marley encouraged his team to speak up and share their ideas. Don't be shy. If you have an idea, speak up. Tell me. If you disagree with our plan, you have to speak up. We can't read your mind. Come on, speak up. It's hard. It's hard speaking up in front of a large group. You know, if you're with a group, even if you disagree with something, sometimes you don't speak up. You just kind of sit there. Maybe you feel confident and you can speak up. Absolutely. Can you think of a time you spoke up because you disagreed with something? What situation did you need to speak up? Good. Okay, nice. Let's keep going. If you have any examples, keep them coming. Manuel, I have to speak up with my children. They are always in a hurry because they overslept the night before. Okay. If someone oversleeps, that's right. They gotta hurry up. And you might need to speak up and tell them, hurry up. Good. Miranda, I do not like arguing, so sometimes I do not speak up. You know, I'm very similar, Miranda. If I disagree with something, if I don't like something, if it's not a big deal, I don't say anything. Yeah, I don't like confrontation. It's just, I'm pretty quiet in general. Phoenix, my boss asks me to speak up to be more confident myself. My boss asks me to speak up and be more confident. Yeah, yes. Ivan, I would speak up if someone cut the line. Oh, we can say I would speak up if someone crosses the line. If you cross the line, I'm gonna speak up. Yes. Manuel says sometimes Arnel speaks up with her students, so they pay heed to her speeches. Right, so they pay attention. Pay attention. Pay heed, Manuel, is not very common. It's more common to say pay attention. And I do, when I'm in a classroom, I speak loudly. Here, I have a microphone. So I don't really need to project my voice, but when I'm in a classroom, you can probably hear me next door. I really do speak quite loudly so everyone can hear me. Good. Rosario says, I couldn't speak up in front of my family because I felt that they were going to judge me. That's a great example and a great situation to use here. If you feel like you're going to be judged, then you don't speak up, generally. That's right. Okay. And quickly, I want to say hello to my English nerd. Hello, Syrah. Thank you. Okay. Right. We've done speak up. Remember, speak up is louder, please. And speak up is also express your opinion. Tell me what you think. Okay. $309. Miss out. Miss out. Miss out. Missed out. Missed out. Definition: to not experience something positive. This is either, there are two possibilities. This is either because you chose not to do something, or you didn't have the opportunity. So you couldn't do something fun. You didn't take advantage of an opportunity. This is missing out. This is missing out. Examples. Everyone is going to the fireworks display tonight. You should come. You don't want to miss out. Come on. You don't want to be at home alone. You won't experience something positive. Come join us. Come join us. Manuel, it's the mother of FOMO. We're going to look at that. I'm really happy you mentioned that. This one here. Amanda was in and out of hospitals for most of her teenage years. So she missed out. She missed out on a lot of experiences that other teens have. It's a sad situation. Look at this image here. We have a patient in a hospital, and she's thinking about what her friends are doing. She's missing out. Right. Use on if you want to add an object. Don't miss out on our Black Friday sale. Get 20% off now, for example. Right, missing out. Dalton, in the first phrasal verb, go off, I write the example, my alarms go off at 4:30 a.m. every morning. It's right to specific the time in this hour. Dalton, first of all, good example, my alarms go off. If you have multiple alarms, then it's plural. 4:30 a.m. every morning. You know, when we're speaking, when you say every morning, it's already obvious. In writing, we might put a.m. and p.m., but generally it's not necessary. If I say to you, see you tomorrow at 3, I don't need to say 3 p.m. It's already obvious. So, Dalton, you don't need to say a.m. It's usually clear. Okay. Good. Sierra, I've missed out the beginning of this live. You did miss out on some important phrasal verbs. Good example. Flavio, you have to watch Arnel's live stream. You don't want to miss out. Exactly, you don't want to miss out. Nice. Raj, don't miss out on Arnel's online class. That's right. That's right. Remember, use on if you want an object. Good. Right. Okay. So Manuel earlier brought up FOMO. Oh, sorry, discussion question. Can you think of a time you missed out on an opportunity? Can you think of a time you missed out on an opportunity? Think about the past. When did you miss out? You didn't get to do something positive. Okay, good. So, Manuel earlier mentioned FOMO. Have you heard of FOMO? FOMO. FOMO, pronounced FOMO, is a common online acronym which stands for fear of missing out. This describes the feeling of missing out when you see exciting posts on social media. If you're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you might see someone's picture. Oh wow, their life is better than mine. He or she went on that great trip. Oh, look how great they are. This feeling is FOMO. So I want you to keep your eyes peeled for this acronym. You'll see it online. FOMO is the feeling, fear of missing out. Max, I missed out on buying Bitcoin when it cost only 15,000. Yes. I think of a lot of us missed out on that. Yeah. Ferdav says, for success tomorrow, learn English with Arnel. You don't want to miss out. Absolutely. Love it. Thank you. Good. Okay. Right. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Okay. Next one. Oh, we've done that one. Right. 336. Figure out. Now we have different grammar. This phrasal verb is separable. This phrasal verb can be separated. I'll give you examples. Transitive. This phrasal verb needs an object. Figure out. Figure, figured, figured out. Definition. To spend time thinking about something and you finally find an answer or solution. So when you figure something out, is it fast or slow? Usually there's a process. It might be kind of slow. It takes time to figure things out. My brother got me a really nice espresso machine for my birthday. It took me a while to figure out how to make a cup of coffee. Look at this image. Before, he's trying to figure it out with instructions. How do you make a coffee here? After, he's figured it out. Really good. We're facing some challenges, but I'm confident we'll figure it out. We will think and find a solution. Sidra, I figured out that my friend was besties with my other friend. Yep, you finally realized this. Oh, they're besties. Good, nice. Max says, at the work. So Max, we say at work. At work, we are facing a few issues and now we have to figure out how to solve them. Exactly. How can we solve this? You're figuring it out. Who says in some examples is figure out, does figure out mean? Does figure out mean to think carefully about something? Yes, you are thinking carefully, but there needs to be an answer. Eventually there is a solution. Good. Julia, she is quick on the uptake and how to figure out the issue. Yes, she's quick on the uptake and figured and knows how to figure out issues. Yes. Dalton, recently I installed a webcam, which took me some time. Took me some time to figure out how it works. Yes, really good. Good. Nice, great examples. You really understand this phrasal verb. Excellent. It took me 5 minutes to figure out what the problem was. Exactly. It took me 5 minutes to figure out what the problem was. Yes. Here's a little note. Figure out is often used with a question word. Figure out who called me. Figure out what to do. Figure out when to leave. Figure out where he's hiding. Figure out why they sent me that email. Figure out how to get there. So normally with figure out, we have a question word. We have a question word. Sira, before looking up, that's a great phrasal verb, before looking up the definition of experience that I don't understand the meaning, okay, maybe a word, an expression, I always try to figure it out. Absolutely. This is a really good point you've made. If you're reading something in English or you hear something, you need to figure it out. You don't always need to look it up. You can kind of figure it out from the context, can't you? Good. Okay. Sidra, can you please repeat what you just said? I'll try to remember what I just said. If you're reading something in English, if you're listening to something in English and you don't know a word, you can figure it out from the context. You can kind of think about what it means. Okay, good. Let's see, how many more do we have to go? We are halfway there. More than halfway. Yes, okay. Nice. Figure out, done. We're not done. We have a discussion question. What resources can help you if you're having trouble figuring out how to do something? For example, YouTube. YouTube can help you. Aiden Park. Ooh, we have a couple of phrasal verbs here. I missed out. Yep, I missed out on a great opportunity. I should have figured out how to get that notification of it faster than others. Nice example. Good. And you got 2 phrasal verbs in one sentence. Love it. Okay, good. Let's keep going. Ooh, Cedra here says Cora. So it can help you figure things out. Absolutely. Cora has good answers. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Another one, another common phrasal verb. And this one is about money, so you know it's common. 317, set back. Look, all 3 forms are the same. Past or present, it's set. Set back. Cost. How much money? We see 2 men talking about this car here. This man says, I gotta ask, sorry. How much did the car set you back? What he's asking is, how much did the car cost you? How much did the car cost you? Little note here, gotta. Gotta is used in spoken English. Here I wrote gotta because it's a conversation. He's speaking, he's saying gotta. But when you're writing an email, gotta is not standard. It is the contracted form of have got to. This means you must, you need to. I must ask, I have to ask, I need to ask. That's gotta. Okay. Good. Examples. Getting my living room repainted. Repainted is going to set me back around $300. I could also say, getting my living room repainted is going to cost me around $300. Sophie told me that she was barely scraping by. Scraping by is number 316, and that means surviving financially, but on just the basics. Scraping by means you don't have very much money. Sophie told me that she was barely scraping by each month. But then I see her wearing a new Apple Watch. It must have set her back at least $200. It must have cost her at least $200. I'm suspicious. Who says, speaking of money, what is the difference between worthless and priceless? Yeah, those are opposites. Worthless, there's no value. I'll show you. This little string on my desk, I don't know why I have it on my desk, I just do. It's worthless. Nobody wants this. It doesn't cost anything. This is worthless. Priceless means it's so valuable. It's extremely valuable. Maybe a Leonardo da Vinci painting. That's priceless. It costs so much money. Or if something is priceless, it can also be personal. For example, imagine This cup to me is priceless. My grandma gave it to me. It's so valuable to me, I'll never sell it. You don't think it's valuable, but it's priceless to me. So worthless and priceless are two great adjectives. Okay, nice. Think about your own financial situation. What's something you need that could set you back over $100? What's something you need that could set you back over $100? This is a real example. My dishwasher is broken. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, but yeah, I think that'll probably set me back over $100. Good. Dalton, the technician called today saying to repair my printer is going to set me back at least $100. Yeah, that sounds like an expensive fix. Absolutely. And printers always cause trouble, don't they? There's always a problem with printers. They never connect. They never print properly. Printers are a problem. Good. Okay. Let's keep going. 2 definitions for set back. We looked at one here. Cost. Ooh, it set me back $5. That's gonna set you back $20. Another example with setback. Setback, setback, setback. Remember, the verb forms are the same, past or present. They're the same. But I'm loving your examples. Maya says a bus ticket to Istanbul will set me back more than $100. Right, that's an expensive trip. Good example. Yeah. Max says, I want to buy. Let me scroll up. Okay. I want to buy a new e-bike, but it will set me back 3,000 euros. Oh, that's a expensive purchase. Absolutely. Flavio, I'm really glad you wrote this example because I have a little comment on this one here. That jewelry is so expensive, it's going to set me back. That's really nice example, but normally when we use set back, we add the amount. It's gonna set me back a couple of $1,000s, something like that. Okay. Next definition. Something delays a person or a project. That also means set back. I have a little image I put together. This is you. This is your original plan at the finish line. This is what you originally intended. This is you after being set back. You can see there's a delay. There was a problem. Here, you're being set back, and you can see this little man sweating. Maybe he's late. His project is delayed. Examples. This weather is going to set the garage construction back a few days. I wanted the garage done by Friday. Now I think it's going to be done next week because of this terrible weather. The launch of Lucinda's lipstick, that's a company name, Lucinda's lipstick, was set back after tests revealed a harmful ingredient in the product. They wanted to launch the product last month, but several test customers, had an allergic reaction. This is gonna set back the launch. Absolutely. Ali says she faced several setbacks before finally achieving success. I love it. We're going to look at the noun in a second. We're going to look at the noun. Okay. Sierra, getting back to school is gonna set me back a couple of bucks. Yeah, good. So that's the first definition of setback. Phoenix, I need a chair that sets back over $100. I need a chair that will set, not sit, that will set me back over $100 to be able to do my work comfortably. Yeah, good chairs are expensive. Good chairs are really expensive. Good. Nice. Let's look at this box here. The phrasal verb setback is common. You were delayed. There was a problem. But so is the noun form. Setback. Setback is the noun. Setback is the verb. We faced a few setbacks, but finally managed to open our new business. Yeah. Kamate, this bad situation is setting back our project. Exactly, it's delaying our project. It's causing a problem. Citra, the project was set back due to the unexpected delay. Absolutely, yes. Good. Okay. Let's look at a few of these questions. I want you to think of your answers. What types of things can set a person back? What can set a person back? Example, an illness. What types of things can set a project back? The weather. There are lots of things that can set us back, set things back. Right. Ali, the bad weather set back the construction work. Yep, nice. Kamate, the war. That's a good example. Things, tragedies set things back. Absolutely. Asuka, also the feelings. Absolutely. Maybe you're nervous. Maybe you're angry. Maybe you're scared. These feelings can set you back. My setback is speaking English. Marcel, here, it's clear what you mean, but we wouldn't use setback like this. Something is a setback. We wouldn't say my setback. Good. Okay. Right. You know, we have one more to do, but I'm still getting so many great examples. Laurent, an accident. Absolutely. If there's an accident, a car crash, something like that, that can set you back. Absolutely. Cedra, lack of support. You guys are coming up with such amazing examples. Yeah, lack of support can definitely set you back. Sierra, time management. Yeah, absolutely. Good. Okay. We have, let me check. We have one more to do. One more. Great. Okay. And let's look at one more. Miranda says negative criticism can be a setback. It can definitely set you back. Yes, yes, yes. Natalia, I like this. It's a good way to summarize it. Any obstacle in general. That's right. That's right. Okay. Last one. 243. Take on something. Sorry, I'm trying to look for something. What did I? Oh, I missed one. Okay, there we go. I was a bit confused. Sorry, two more to go. This one is take on someone. Then we're going to look at take on something. Irregular verb, take on, took on, taken on. This means to employ someone new. You take on someone. And it's separable. We can say, take someone on. Like here, welcome to the team. The man in the orange shirt is taking on the man in the white shirt. Examples. We took on. We took on a new intern to help us with filing and correspondence. We needed someone, so we employed someone new. Next example. Do you think taking on a new assistant is wise? The company is in financial trouble as it is. We don't really have money to be taking on someone new. Good. Ali, I like this example. It's our next phrasal verb. She decided to take on the responsibility of organizing the event. Yeah. Good. Phoenix, what is the meaning of filing? Let me show you. So we have files. Let's do photos. Yes. These are files. Each folder is one file. So in the past, we needed a filing cabinet. In this one here, there are dozens of files. So filing means to put folders in their right place. This folder goes into A. This folder goes into B. That's filing. So nowadays, filing cabinets are not as common as they used to be, but we can still do filing online using files. Okay. Kamate, to take on can mean to hire someone. Exactly, you're hiring someone. Yeah. Oh, sorry, here we go. So we hired a new intern. We can say that, no problem. Do you think hiring a new assistant is wise? That also works. Good. Natalia, is it like archive? Yes, I mean, archiving is kind of saving filing away forever. You don't really need it, but that's part of filing. Katya, at my job, they finally took on a new employee. We really needed it. Great. You know, if you have a lot of work to do, you're busy, the company needs to take on an extra person. Who is wondering, teacher, does take on always need to talk about work? Is take on always about work? In this case, it is. If you take on someone, phrasal verbs have a lot of definitions. If you take someone on, it can also mean to challenge them. You kind of want to take them on. Here, it's about work. Okay. Right. I'm seeing quite a few examples with the next phrasal verb. Let's do that. Okay. Right. Oh, but discussion question. I keep forgetting about the discussion questions. Right. If you had your own business, who would you take on? A friend? A family member? Someone from LinkedIn? Who would you take on? Some people might say, I would never take on a friend or a family member. That might cause conflict. We might not get along. Other people think the opposite. I'm only going to take on a friend or a family member. Depends on the person. Miranda, is take on separable? Absolutely. We took a new intern on? Yeah, that works. Last one for today. Take on something. Remember, the first one I showed you is take on someone. This is hire. Hire someone. Take on something is slightly different. Take on, took on, taken on. Again, different verb forms. Definition: to accept to do a task, to accept a new responsibility. This is you, and these are your tasks. So when you take something on, it's separable. Take something on or take on something. Imagine you're carrying boxes. You're accepting this extra work. And it doesn't just have to be work in terms of job. It can just be life things. Examples. I've taken on extra shifts at work to earn a bit more money before the holidays. This means you say, okay, I will work extra shifts. I'll carry that box. I'll do something extra. I accept. Learn Chess says, can you take on a little more work? Yes, you could definitely ask someone that. I mean, imagine you're a supervisor and you know someone's busy. Can you take on a little more work? I need help with something. That could work. Here in the negative, I really can't take on. I really can't take on anything else at the moment. Sorry, but I'm completely swamped. Swamped means super, super busy. I can't take on. I cannot accept. Ali, he is ready to take on a new project at work. Exactly. He has energy. He's ready to take it on. Dalton, I had taken on larger tasks of our work to resolve soon as possible. Yeah, I took on larger tasks at work to resolve the problem as soon as possible, or to resolve the tasks as soon as possible. Yeah. Good. Citra, I can't take on all the tasks. I need some time for myself too. Absolutely. You need that work-life balance. You can't do everything. Sorry, I can't take on all the tasks. Hasnain says, I'll take on the role. I'll gladly accept. I'll take on the role. Yeah. Manuel, could you give a similarity to take over? Take over has quite a few definitions, but it's not, if someone takes over something, here's the first person they take over is they're now in charge. A new management company took over the business. I'm retiring. Someone else is going to take over. So if someone takes over, they are now in charge. When a person takes over, yes, they do take on new responsibilities, but they're not similar phrasal verbs. Okay, good. Sierra, I always try to take on new challenges. Yeah. Vakin says, I regret taking on a lot of work. Yep, I regret accepting that. I regret taking on a lot of work. Good. You know, these are really nice examples. Marcel says, I can't take on more work. It's short, it's sweet. When we're communicating, we don't always use super long sentences. This could be a nice response. How are you doing at work? Oh, I'm so busy. I can't take on any more work. I can't take on any new clients. I'm too busy. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Antonio, good to see you here. Good morning, Teacher Arnel. Hello. Nice to see you. Last Friday, I started English again. What time is it in your place where you are teaching this live program? Yeah, I live in England, so for me now it's 2 p.m. I start at 1 o'clock, but the clocks are gonna change soon. The clocks change on the 31st of March, I believe. I need to check. But our next live might be at a different time for you. So when I schedule the live, please check because the time might be a little different for you. I know not all, most places in the world actually don't change their clocks, I think. Okay. Elvira, Julia decided to take on the task of organizing the charity event. Absolutely. Yes. Good. Okay. Right. Discussion question. Have you ever taken something on that you regretted? Did you agree to do something and later you thought, oh my God, this is so much work, or this is just giving me too much to do? Yeah, I think we've all done this. I think at one point in our lives, we've agreed to take something on that we didn't really want to. And this phrasal verb usually expresses a difficulty or being overwhelmed. So there's kind of, there's a burden. It's like, oh, I gotta take on an extra shift. I took on the task. Not always, but usually there's a difficulty. Okay. All right. Let's see. Anirudh says, I won't regret taking on to help you. I love this example, but take on is transitive. Remember, this means it needs an object. I won't regret taking on the project to help you. I won't regret taking on the task, the work to help you. You gotta get an object there. Okay. Good. Phoenix says, I think you take on so many tasks and look tired to publish your workbook and not so active as usual. Well, there's a bit of truth to that. I just released my workbook and this week I couldn't launch one of my normal YouTube videos. I usually have a recorded video by now, but I've been so busy finishing my workbook. Absolutely. And that's a good way for us to end. So Phoenix, thank you for that comment and telling me I look tired. Let's take a look. So once again, let me put this here. I will maximize this so you can see it. Okay, last thing for today. We've looked at phrasal verbs in this lesson. If you love phrasal verbs and you want to learn more phrasal verbs with examples, pictures, definitions, and audio recordings, then check out my latest workbook, Your Phrasal Verb Journey Book 2. Book 1 is also available. That's the most basic 170 phrasal verbs you need to know. Book 2 is the next 179. Use the code YourJourney20. This code is valid until next Monday. Monday is the last day of the sale. And you can see here, you can print the worksheets, you can listen. I have review activities. And this is just an example of what you'll be getting. Okay, nice. I've loved your examples. And we're done. There we go. I'll answer a few more questions. If anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer them for a few more minutes. Vijayasri, thank you, Arnel, for the book and audio. My pleasure. I hope it helps you. Thank you. Dalton, we have 15 study tips in the book. That's right. On page, maybe page 3 or 4, I have 15 study tips because phrasal verbs are hard. They're really hard to learn. So look at the phrasal tips and those can really help you. So Dalton, thank you for mentioning that. Good. Okay. So the next live lesson, I've done 2 live lessons back to back. I did 2 weeks. So I have to focus on making my recorded videos. So I won't do a live for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, I'll go live and then I'm back to my normal schedule. 1 yes, 1 week yes, 1 week no. 1 week yes, 1 week no. The next live will be on the 16th. The 16th of April. The 16th of April. Yes. And Dalton, thank you for mentioning this. My English nerds, if you're an English nerd, go to my community post just for you. There's a little bit more of a discount you can have just for my nerds. Thank you, Dalton, for mentioning this. Absolutely. Okay. What app teacher uses or only PDF? The workbook is a PDF. It's a PDF and it'll be sent directly to your email. In terms of my live lessons, you can see I use Canva and my English members, they get a PDF. So yeah, PDFs are the best way to send people things and to share things. Good. Okay. Maya Arnel, you inspired me to learn English. I love hearing that. Thank you so much, Maya. That's great. For all of you, keep going. You're doing a really good job. English is not easy. And you guys also inspire me. You challenge me with your questions. You challenge me with your examples, and I love it. So you also inspire me to be a better teacher. Every lesson, I learn something from you. Okay. So I'll end my screen share. There we go. Thank you for being here with me today. I hope you learned a few new phrasal verbs. I hope you can start using them today when you're speaking or even when you're writing. Today's Wednesday. Have a great week and I'll see you in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Check my YouTube channel. I'll schedule the next live soon, but I'll see you in 2 weeks. Great. See you next time. Bye.